Hello and welcome to the therapy floor with me, Dr. Ritz.
And me, Dr. Vicky. We are on the floor getting deep into the human experience, unpacking everyday dilemmas through the lenses of two psychologists. Welcome back to the therapy floor. Good to see you all again. How are you all doing? How are you doing, Ritz?
I'm a little bit I think all over the place today. It's been a week.
Yeah, it's been a week.
It's been a roller coaster of a week. A lot of ups and downs. A lot of, riding that wave and not trying to be floored by it. Mm-hmm. And
a lot of practicing what you preach.
Exactly. And I didn't know actually how I was going to feel today.
Yeah.
I was excited to come back because obviously last week we didn't end up filming for a particular reason. So I was excited to come back, but I didn't know what my energy was going to be like. And then I don't know if I was sabotaging myself, but I planned so much stuff that could have waited.
Yeah.
The night before, I had a breakfast meeting this morning. I never take a breakfast meeting.
Yeah, I know.
Ever.
That was 6 a.m, wasn't it?
6 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. 6 till 9.
I could
AM.
never.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't know. Sometimes maybe try and push yourself when you've had a bit of a setback.
Yeah.
To maybe prove something. So I don't know if that was going on for me. So yeah. I feel like I just took over that.
It's okay. It's all right.
How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm good. A bit of a random and aside. When you have clients, do they ask you how you are?
Yeah, they do.
And what do you typically say?
I think it depends on the client. So with my really long-term clients that I've seen for years, and I'm talking years, I'm happy to say how I am.
Yeah.
But if it's a new client, and if they keep trying to make it about me, I'll bring that up with them and what that might be about. But I'll just politely often navigate it back to them. What about you?
I think same. I think with some of my longer term clients, I will say, but I always like to keep it brief. And the reason why I'm asking this is because, when I was learning, or training rather, in one particular placement that I had, it was a psychotherapy placement. There was this thing of don't answer. If a client asks you how you are, don't answer.
I think that was also the ethos at the university.
Yeah.
Or on our training program.
It probably was.
Yeah.
But I think it just makes it so awkward.
Yeah.
And I think there's a way to be not guarded, but there's a way to be, I don't know, a little bit not over familiar, over friendly, but still friendly.
Yeah.
And you can say, so I would just say, yeah, I'm okay. It's been a long week, but looking forward to the weekend or whatever. Because also you don't want to be like, oh, I'm having a crap time. And then your client starts to look after you. Yeah. Or they're like, okay, so how can you help me if you can't even help yourself? But then equally, some people feel like, oh, this is weird. I know you know so much about me and I don't know anything about you. And I feel a bit rude not asking how you are. So anyway, that's a very long intro, but
it actually reminds me of our training.
Yeah.
And now I'm having a flashback. And we did do this.
Did we?
We studied this. We actually spent a whole day on this.
Oh, that's good.
And
because you can remember things and I can't.
And one of the trainers said that their response to that is when somebody says, how are you? To say, I'm here. How are you?
What do you think of that?
I think, again, that was when we were in our psychodynamic year. So from that perspective, if you're doing maybe a pure psychodynamic approach, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think, again, if I had a good relationship and a history with a client, I wouldn't feel comfortable saying that.
Yeah.
I'd feel quite comfortable to be like, oh, I've been a bit like this, or
yeah,
I'm actually really good. I'm having a good week. Yeah, I'm glad to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just feels a bit more human,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it. More genuine.
Should we get on with the dilemma? I feel like we just had a long intro there, but yeah.
So this dilemma comes in and it says, "Oh, hi ladies.
Hi.
I love the podcast and learning about the roots of where issues come from. Here's the dilemma I'm having. I'm from a really close family. It's my parents, my older 2 brothers, and me. My eldest brother is married with kids. My middle brother is single, and I'm also married with kids. We're a tight-knit family, live in the same area, and socialise together weekly. I've been having issues with a school mum over the years. She makes undercover digs at me, treats me differently to the other mums, and will often exclude my children and I from events she is having. I've talked about her to my family, who have always supported me, told me to not let things bother me as I have a good set of mum school friends. Recently, my middle brother has told me that he has been dating this woman and told me he really likes her. I feel so betrayed by him and cannot understand what he sees in her. I just think, how can you want to be with someone who has caused me so much pain and hurt over these last 2 years, and I've shared all of that with you? I really don't know what to do. It's beginning to really chip away at me. I'm scared of where the dating might lead to and the impact it's going to have on our family. Please help."
Okay. Wow.
I don't think we were expecting that.
No.
What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I'd be really interested to know what her brother makes of this mum and how she has treated her. Because you say your family have been really supportive, but in what way have they? Okay, they've been supportive by telling you not to let it bother you. But is there anything more to it? Do they agree with what she's been doing? Because you say that some of it has been a bit undercover digs. And I guess you can always argue whether someone is excluding you or not, can't you? There's always like, is it really this? Or is it just maybe she gets on better with other mums and her kids get on better with other kids? So I think the first thing you need to do is to have a conversation, not attacking your brother by saying, how could you do this to me? But literally just being curious, like, what do you make of the fact that you're dating someone, the person that you're dating has this effect on me? Like, just what are your thoughts about that? I think I'd start off there. I mean, you don't really have the right to tell him who he can and can't date, do you?
I think that's the hard one, isn't it? Because she's probably aware of that she doesn't have the right.
Yeah.
I wonder. But it's hard because it doesn't then like deflate the betrayal she's feeling.
Yeah.
And that's such a strong word, isn't it? Betrayal.
Yeah. And people can have different definitions of it, because your brother may not see this as betrayal. Or maybe he does. Maybe he does feel like he is doing something wrong, but he really just wants to go with his heart.
I'd be interested to know how he told you.
Yeah.
Like, how did he bring it up with you? Did he tell you? Did another family member tell you? Did you find out through the school crowd?
Yeah.
Like, and how was his behaviour to you then when you had the conversation? Was it like, oh, I know you might not like this? Or was he really happy and excited and oblivious to how you were feeling?
Yeah.
Because I think those will be really good clues.
Yeah. They would. It's just so hard, isn't it? That word betrayal. Because I think there's probably some information that we're missing here. Like, what was the interaction? What is the situation with this mum at the school? How did you end up falling out, or her not liking you, or you not liking her? Is there something we're missing here? Are your family missing out on some context here? Because there's always two sides to every story, isn't there? And even if you feel like her behaviour is unjustified, there's no reason for it, maybe she has a reason for it. So do you need to first have a conversation with her, actually? And have you had one before? I think maybe you could start there and see what comes of it, because who knows, in her mind, she may be doing nothing to you. In her mind, she may have very good reason for it. She may think that you don't like her. And yeah, she could be thinking all sorts of things. So I think having a conversation with her would probably be helpful maybe after or before you have a conversation with your brother about, what he thinks about it all as well.
I think a lot of what you're getting at is about getting clarity.
Yeah. And it's so hard to get clarity and to have difficult conversations, isn't it? Like, we come to this time and time again. Difficult conversations are not easy, they're awkward, but so necessary for clarity, so you can stop having assumptions and you can actually know this is what it is.
Yeah.
And it can be out there for everyone to then know how to deal with it.
And I think when you're getting clarity, or when there's hope to get clarity, I think about what your intention is going to be with that, with your brother and with this woman. Is it to find a way to move forward? Is it that you're maybe trying to prove a point? Or is it that, has it not landed on him how you feel that she's treated you? And as you said, how could he go and do this and not take your feelings into consideration? So I think it's really important to get clarity on what you're wanting as well from the situation, so that you can get clarity from others. But then on top of that, recognizing the aim isn't maybe to go and change him or change his mind, but just to be transparent about how it is impacting you, and what's that like for him?
Yeah. And I also want to even challenge this word of betrayal, not to invalidate how you're feeling, but it is such a loaded word, isn't it? And when I think about betrayal in typical relationships, betrayal happens when there has been like a breach of trust. But you also need to know where the parameters lie in order for someone to know that they're crossing it. Do you know what I mean? And so I wonder, in his mind, has this ever been something that is like an expectation, that you do not have relationships with people who you don't like, or who other people in your family don't like? Has that been an unmet expectation, really?
I think it is, because it's interesting how they start the dilemma. I'm from a really close family.
Yeah.
So it's setting the scene.
Yeah.
Like, we are a tight-knit family.
Yeah.
We socialise together weekly. We live in the same area.
We spend time
We
together.
spend time together. So as a family, you're spending a lot of time together. And what you say at the end is, I'm scared of where the dating might lead and the impact it's going to have on our family. So there's a fear that this new person that you already have a history with, she might not have a history with you, but you certainly have a history with her. You're worried about how this person is coming into that knit, coming into that circle, and what that's going to do to this tight-knit family, the dynamics of the relationship.
Yeah.
I wonder if what you're actually saying is, I'm scared of losing my brother. Because if I don't get on with his partner, the person he's dating, what does that mean for our relationship?
Yeah.
You sound actually really proud of your family and what you guys have all built together. And I wonder if you're feeling a bit threatened. Because I think betrayal's also about feeling threatened.
Yeah, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you're disrupting the system. You've betrayed the trust. You've disrupted the system. And so if there's a disruption, I wonder if there's like a lack of belief that we can get through it.
Yeah.
Like, you've betrayed me. You've done something wrong.
Yeah. But it also speaks to me a bit about control, actually.
But don't we often try and control things to feel safe?
Of course. I wonder if you can also maybe have some empathy and actually place yourself in your brother's shoes. That's what empathy is, isn't it? And also having, in psychological terms, we would think about theory of mind, right? The ability to place yourself in someone else's shoes and to imagine what they're going through. Your older brother is married. You're married. You have kids. He's the single one in your family. How do you know how he's felt about being single? actually, is this the missing piece, the puzzle for him? Are you happy that he's found someone? Could you see it? Could you try to place yourself in his shoes? And if you could, would you look at this situation completely differently? And maybe it could even propel you to think, right, I need to forge a relationship with this woman because I want my brother to be happy. What can I do to ensure that our family isn't disrupted? Because he could equally turn around and say, well, because of you, you're the one who is going to drive our family apart. Sorry, I feel like I'm being a bit harsh here, but I'm playing devil's advocate, that you're very in touch with how you feel. Maybe it's time to be in touch with how he feels and his perspective and this other lady's perspective as well. Because we can get so in our heads, can't we? Like, we can build a narrative, especially when we're hurt. The emotions can feel so intense. But it's time to turn the thinking part of your brain on, not just the emotional part. And that can only happen once you've regulated and you've calmed down and you feel less angry about this. But it might be good to, gain clarity all round.
And coming back to that clarity part, I wonder if you feel confused, because when I was reading it, I was like, that came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that. That came out of nowhere. I wonder if that's how you're feeling.
Yeah.
Do you feel confused? Like, how have they, blindsided. How did they even meet? How did they get talking? How are they dating now? Like, how has this escalated? And maybe it's just about showing your brother curiosity with that. Okay, so...
And trust.
Yeah, and trust. Like, you know I don't maybe get on with this person, but I want to hear how it's going. How did you meet? You know, what's it been like getting to know her? What do you like about her?
Yeah.
What do you think she likes about you? And if you can show maybe... And I think it will be hard for you, but if you can show an interest in him from the perspective of that you love him, you already have a relationship with him, so you are interested in him, and taking it from there rather than making it about her and who she is and what she stands for in your life, that might be in your way to kind of soften the barriers you have up, I imagine.
Yeah.
And to get a bit of empathy, to connect back with him. Because I wonder if part of the betrayal that you're talking about now might also feel like you feel disconnected from him. Like, this part of his life is, like, going on and I have no idea.
Yeah.
How does this even make sense?
But I think the betrayal, again, coming back to that loaded word, feels so heavy because this lady has such a significance in your own life. Like, this is something that you've been thinking about, you've been feeling intense emotions about for a while, right?
Over the years.
Yeah. So I wonder what has stopped you from, unless you've just not told us, but what has stopped you from trying to understand this relationship a bit more? And
maybe she didn't need to. Because she says, I have a good set of mum school friends. So maybe she's just found her tribe and there's just someone she didn't click with.
I don't know.
You feel like there's more to the story?
I feel like there's more to it, because why does that person have to play such an important role in your life then? If you have a good set of friends, it seems like you've had to have your family support over this. So it's been significant enough for you to talk to your family about it.
Okay, fine,
not just once, not twice, over the years. So who is she to you? Like, what is it about her? I know it may seem obvious that it's just the way she treats me, but have you felt comfortable to have a conversation with her about it? To try and make bridges or make amends, or to realise that actually maybe you're just two different people? Because if you had arrived there, then that also can feel quite freeing, can't it? Oh, we're just not each other's people, and that's okay, but we can still respect each other and kind of veer away from each other. It wouldn't have such a
weight.
And a prominence in your life.
Yeah, the acceptance, that you're talking about, that is freeing when you get to that place of, actually, we're just really different, and that's okay.
That's okay.
There's a liberation to that.
Yeah.
Whereas I think when you're grappling with, why don't we get on? Why is she
Yeah.
always
Why is she
attacking
being
me?
mean to
Why is she
me?
being mean to me? Oh, there she is at the gates. Right, I'll just sit in my car until she's picked up
The
her
story
kid.
is building and building.
Yeah.
You're adding more layers to it. It's becoming stronger in your mind.
And it becomes something then to focus on.
Yeah. Which then, I can understand then why you'd feel like, oh my gosh, this is a betrayal because this woman is intentionally hurting me and my brother has chosen the woman who intentionally has chosen to hurt me. But maybe there's more to the story.
So I think a way to move forward then with it so that it stops, not that it stops chipping away with you, but that maybe you gain some protection for yourself of letting it chip away at you, would be to maybe discuss some of the things that we've talked about. So gain clarity on it.
Yeah.
Find a way to connect with him that has empathy, and use genuine curiosity to drive that.
Yeah.
And see where that takes you in having those difficult conversations, because I think they will be really difficult for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't have to let this tear your family apart if you don't want to. And actually, this may depend less on your brother and more on you. Maybe.
Yeah. You don't have to be controlled by it.
No. And if anything, this could help to bring you closure anyway. So I hope that helps. I feel like I've been a bit tough, Vicky, today.
You have.
Yeah.
You have.
It's needed sometimes.
It's the energy today.
Yeah. But thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank
for
you.
writing.
But I sometimes think dilemmas can bring that out in us for different reasons.
Yeah.
So I wonder if what was going on, obviously don't have to share it, but what came
I think
up for you?
what has come up for me is, why are you letting her play such a big role in your life?
So you're like her voice. You want to be her voice.
Yeah.
That was the energy you were bringing.
Advocate for yourself in this situation.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
And join us for part 2 next.
See you.
See you. This is Dr. Ritz.
And Dr. Vicky.
Remember to like, subscribe and follow us on our social media channels.